So this is going to be a lesson about how to use your Google Drive for this course. At this point, you should have already signed up for a Gmail account. As you notice, I typed in the browser gmail.com, and this is going to take you to my Gmail because that's where I stay logged in. I'm going to go ahead and sign out of my teacher Gmail. And I'm going to log into a sample student account so you can see what your account should look like. So when you go to sign in from the iPad or a school computer, you'll probably see a screen something like this. Google likes to remember the people that use the accounts, and so you'll need to add your account. What you want to do is make sure that when you're using an iPad or any shared device that you always sign out, or else somebody gets access to your email. So I'm going to add an account. And the account that I'm going to add is this Mark Twain Phoenix account. This is my password manager. So I'm going to go ahead and type this in here just so you can see what it will look like. marktwainphoenix@gmail.com. It's going to ask for my password. Again, I use a password manager. And then here we are. So when you create your Gmail account, the first 3 emails that you'll get are from the Gmail team. Get the most out of Gmail, stay organized with inbox, the best of Gmail. Tips to get the most out of Gmail: bring your contacts in mail, find what you need fast. That's the power of Google search. That's right up here. And then it says you can send text messages and make video calls with Hangouts. We'll talk about that later. Gmail's inbox organizes things for you. And then this talks about the Gmail app. You can get it on Google Play. You can get it on the App Store. And then down here it just says your progress. Choose the theme, learn how to use Gmail, import contacts. All of this, though, is within the Gmail feature. If you go up to the top of the screen, you'll see 9 squares that make up a little square, and this is your Google Apps. We're going to use the Google Apps in this classroom to share information with each other. When you click here, you'll get some options. You can go to your account, you can do a search, you can check out maps. There is a YouTube channel for this course that we'll be accessing, but today what we want to look at is Drive. And Drive, it kind of looks like the recycle symbol, green, yellow, blue with a triangle. Drive is essentially a filing cabinet for your mail. When you go to Google Drive, you'll have some documents that have already been shared with you, perhaps, or you might not have anything at all. These are some sample documents that I did share so that you can see them, but let's look at the features specifically that we'll be using. The one thing I want everybody to do is have a folder in their Drive for this course, U.S. History Steely. The easiest way to do that, you click on red new button, you click on add folder, you type the name of the folder. This is another folder. You click create, and there you have a folder. Right underneath that new button, you have My Drive. If you click on the triangle, it'll turn sideways. It'll show you your 2 folders. You'll see the U.S. History Steely folder is empty. These are 3 files that are in this sample student's Drive, and they can be dragged and dropped right into the U.S. History folder. This one right here, how to get started with Google Drive, covers the basics. We're going to open that and look at it very briefly because you'll have it in your Drive as soon as you sign up. Get started with Google Drive. So you have 15 gigabytes of free Google storage. That'll be more than enough for anything we are doing in this course. You can share files. You can use it anywhere you have internet access. This shows how to store files that you can share and plan together, how to share them on different devices, etc. So this exists for you. Gmail created it and left it there in case you need to use it. Underneath we have shared with me. These are items that somebody shared. So I shared this current events article and I shared this rubric. If you can't find something in your drive, that's where you want to check. Google Photos, that's your own thing. You can use it, you cannot, we won't be using it here. And Recent shows the files that you've accessed the most recently, and this is really just a good way to find your work. Starred is kind of like your favorites, anything that you want to make it easy to find. The neat thing about Drive, though, is it has a search function, so if you can't remember where you put something or it's not showing up, you can search for it. So I know I needed film notes. Oh, here they are, film notes September 7th. Here are the film notes that I was supposed to turn into Mrs. Steely. Oh, look, I never finished them. I should probably finish these notes. Also, Mrs. Steely should have put her phone on silent before starting this screencast. It's really distracting. So some of the features that you can use here are the basics of a Word document. You can print, you can edit, you can format, you can insert things. It all changes are saved automatically. You can edit it, you can suggest things, you can view or print it. You can make comments. And then you can share it with other people. So if this was an assignment that you needed to turn in, you'd want to make sure it had the title, make sure it had the name. You can click share. You'd want to share it with your teacher. You can add a note. Hey, give me an A. And then if you want me to be able to comment on it, you can let me comment on it, and then you can send it out over. And this is basically how we can grade work. You don't have to print it. I don't have to print it. Nobody has to make sure that they don't lose it because it exists here in the drive, which is like a cloud. This button up here will take us back to our docs home. And that's where all of our documents are. But it's not the same as your drive because your drive can hold things that aren't documents as well. And so if you get stuck, you get to this screen and you're looking for that other screen with the red and the folders, or you're looking for your email, or you're looking for really anything else, remember this teeny tiny 9 square box up here. This will direct you back to where you need to go. Oh, I need to go back to my email. Oh, I need to go back to my YouTube. My drive. So that's just a basic function. That's how we're going to use it. You're going to have a history folder. I'm going to share stuff with you. You're going to share stuff with me. We're going to edit it and move it back and forth. More specific questions will be answered later as we get to this. I'm sure you guys are dying to find out how you can use other apps, docs, translate, photos, spreadsheets, Google News, etc. But this is a basic overview. This is where you're going to keep your stuff. To conclude this presentation, the main benefit to you of using the Google Drive is that you no longer have to be personally responsible for your documents. Google saves them for you. You create them, they exist. You would have to physically delete them in order to lose them. So, as long as you don't delete anything, it's always here. You don't have to bring it home. You don't have to put it in a backpack. You don't have to keep it in a binder. It never has to be printed. It just exists in the cloud. It's amazing. The wonders of modern technology. So this was a basic overview of Google Drive. Again, we'll go through more presentations as we see fit. Thank you.